Hey everyone, what's going on? Ash and Rima here from MEOdyssey, and after God only knows how long, the Odyssey podcast, which ever since we've been thinking about bringing this back, I've just been calling the Odd Pod in my head, which seems very apt considering I'm a part of it. But yes, the Odyssey podcast has returned. We don't know for how long. It might just be this one for a little while. But yeah, we wanted to just kind of have a quick chat about E3 now. E3's come and gone, and many games have been announced, and new hardware's been announced as well. And yeah, I feel like Rima's probably more prepared for this than me, but it's not my fault.
But just.
Yeah, well, yeah, true. You were just finishing off just as we came into the call, so fair enough. So we're just going to give our general thoughts over a few things we liked, a few things that we probably just weren't really that interested in, and just general thoughts at the end, really. I've got a website up that's got a few lists of things, so I'm going to pick a few things from there. That's how unprepared I am for this.
Cheer.
Well, I'm sorry, but I've been sunburnt to buggery, and
maybe we should, before we start talking about like specific titles, maybe we should talk about what we thought about E3 as a whole, because there was a lot and then there wasn't a lot, so maybe we should kind of discuss our general feelings first. Well,
I know the only one we watched together was the Microsoft one. Just because I happened to get the time wrong, and it just so happened that it was earlier than we thought, and we both happened to be available at the time, so we thought, why not? I actually really enjoyed the Xbox one.
So did I. I thought Microsoft one was the best conference out of the entire weekend. Can you call it a weekend? Week?
Well, the main conferences were over a weekend.
Weekend. In general, though, I thought E3 was disappointing this year as a whole. Yeah. It was lackluster.
It was. I think it's mainly because a lot of these games that are getting like second and third trailers now at this point are things that have already been announced, and they're just kind of reaffirming the announcement kind of thing. And I'm just like, okay, that's fair enough, but some things didn't even turn up. Like, everyone was expecting The Last of Us 2 to show up. There was no sign of that.
There was no Batman. I was waiting for Batman. The thing was basically the plot's already kind of been guessed and leaked and things. Nothing at all. I was like, no announcement of any Tomb Raider-esque elements. No. There wasn't anything more about, or there wasn't a huge amount on Final Fantasy the remake either. It's just weird stuff that wasn't there that I thought was going to be there. And then they had stuff that I just didn't see coming. Also, as well, though, for any Nintendo fans out there, Animal Crossing didn't get announced either, which I'm sure people are very disappointed about. I have no feelings whatsoever, so I'm just going to...
If you don't have a Nintendo console in your household.
That's true.
I have two. Both fairly recent acquisitions, I will be honest. But also, I don't play Animal Crossing either, so... But yeah, it was a bit weird, because like the most disappointing conference for me was Bethesda, which was a big surprise to me, because I got up early in the morning to watch that. It was a complete waste of time. Nothing really new came out. Nothing that I would consider new. They announced a new Wolfenstein game, but I see that as just a continuation of an already existing series.
I think we all knew that Wolfenstein and Evil Within were going to get a sequel, and we kind of all assumed that they were going to get announced. Yeah. I'm very surprised they didn't kind of announce their new IP, because that was getting buzzed just before E3, and then nada.
That was Starfield, I believe.
Yes, it was, yeah.
If anyone wants to know what we're talking about there. Yeah, there was a little bit of a run-up of, I suppose, hype, and the name kind of came around. I know the name's kind of been floating around for a while, but yeah, nothing came of that. It was all just, here's this new thing that's coming out. Here's this paid mod thing, create something.
Here's some more Skyrim.
Yeah, here's more Skyrim, this time in VR. It's like, okay, we get people like Skyrim now. Done a lot of Skyrim over the last 5 years or so. Maybe move on to the new ones. I've got Skyrim on my Xbox down there, and I still haven't played it yet. I bought it when it came out with a special edition on release day, and I still haven't played it because I haven't had time. So yeah, I'll play Skyrim when I damn well want to. But yeah, no, like Bethesda was pretty much the most disappointing one for me. Nintendo's was actually pretty cool. I got a couple of exciting announcements out of that. I'm really looking forward to Mario Odyssey there as well. And PlayStation, again, it was more...
Just meh.
Yeah, it was more just new trailers for stuff that had already been announced the previous year and things like that. Again, though, Last of Us 2, which was kind of a strange one. I thought there would have been at least something. But, yeah.
Maybe it's because Uncharted was kind of getting a focus. They didn't want to...
Lost Legacy, yeah. That's...
maybe they didn't want Naughty Dog to have too much of a show compared to everyone else. So maybe that's something to do with it. I don't know.
Maybe. But,
yeah.
But yeah, but in general, overall, over all the press conferences, which is the stuff we kind of look forward to, somewhat disappointing, really. But if we had to choose a favourite, we actually really enjoyed the Xbox one. So
it was very good.
Yeah.
It was really well done this year. We both went into it thinking that we're probably going to hammer in Scorpio quite intensely. We thought that was going to be the majority of the conference.
Yeah.
Nothing had been really announced for Microsoft. They kind of stated that there hadn't been really anything kind of hinted to be added. So we thought, oh, well, they're probably just going to do mainly hardware and then maybe a few exclusives. And they're going to be crap like Forza or something. Sorry for any people who play Forza. Neither of us are really into that kind of stuff. So we thought, it'll be something like that.
Yeah, I played Forza 5 very briefly. And then, that was it for that one. So,
but it ended up being that Scorpio took maybe 10 minutes at the start, not even that, and then they were just like game after game after game. It was 22 exclusives,
22 Xbox exclusives, and I think it was 40 odd in total. It was
really good, and most of them were just killers, in my opinion. Some of them were just amazing.
Yeah, I remember saying it was either towards the end or after the Xbox conference has finished, and I said to you, apart from maybe 2 or 3 games, I wasn't really interested in, all of the games they showed in that Xbox conference, I was I actually wouldn't mind playing this. So I was just that's a lot of games.
I think I said to you at the end, because I hadn't been too keen to buy Scorpio. I think I said that I was wanting to
you were going to wait
my own
on
PC.
Yeah.
And then maybe buy it once it kind of reduced in price. I am all for it now. If that's what we're going to get to see on the Scorpio and what the Scorpio actually is, the specs of it looks really good. And I kind of want it now.
Yeah.
End of the year is going to be expensive for me, I think.
Yeah.
So should we talk about some of the titles we liked?
Yeah, can do. I'll let you go first because you were more prepared in this aspect than I was.
So yeah, I'm going to talk about first from Microsoft because Microsoft had a lot. I think we were tweeting when we were watching it, and I made a list of them as we were tweeting.
You say we?
I was tweeting. There was a lot of games. I feel like I don't know. It's like they reached into my mind and they were like, "What would Rima like?" There was a lot of
there was an
MMO.
anime one in there. I swear
there was an anime game. So there was Black Desert Online, which is coming to the Xbox One and One X, and it's going to be an MMORPG, and it's got more upgraded graphics and stuff. It's a game already you can play on PC, I think, but they're just bringing it to the Xbox. It looks great. Last Night, that was that game. It looks like is it a side scroll? I can't actually tell, but it was the one where it's pixelated, but it's also got realistic pictures in the back, and it just looked beautiful.
Yeah.
It was that really interesting one. Artful Escape, was that the guy with the guitar?
Yes.
That made absolutely no sense, but it looked amazing. And Code Vein, which is literally an anime. It's literally Dark Souls meets an anime, and it looked amazing. And those are all games I'm really keen to play. And of course, Anthem was announced at the Xbox conference as well. And that was probably my favourite reveal out of all of E3, because you actually got to see gameplay that was substantial, plus you got to see some of the cinematics. And yeah, it's BioWare, so I was excited to see that.
Yeah.
And that was mainly it from Microsoft. I know Metro also got announced. That looked pretty good.
The new Metro got announced, yeah.
Yeah. The only other things I really thought were interesting, we've already seen Destiny and Battlefront, but the more we got to see from it definitely intrigued me.
Oh, yeah.
And Beyond Good and Evil 2, as much as it looks interesting from it getting announced, it was surprising, and I was like, oh, it's been announced. I didn't think it was going to get announced.
I really liked that trailer. Really liked it.
My only issue is it's right now is just a CGI trailer, so you can take nothing from it.
True, exactly.
You just get premise, that's it. You can't take anything from it.
There's going to be lots of swearing. Because there was lots of swearing in that trailer.
Also, do you think they I'm not familiar with the lore from the game because I've never played the first one, but as soon as I saw the British jive talking monkey, it reminded me of Taron Egerton's character from Sing, the gorilla.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I don't know whether he's an existing character. He probably is. I don't know. Anyway, and the only other thing I really thought was interesting, which I'm probably never going to play because it'll probably freak me out too much, is Call of Cthulhu. That was announced. I think it was at Sony, and you know how much I love Lovecraft. Looks really cool. We'll never play it. I will watch it. I'll never play it. It's too scary.
It's alright. If I move up to Scotland, I'll probably play it. So you can watch me play it. It's fine.
It sounds terrifying. It looks so good though.
I'll make sure of it.
It looks so good. It looks like it's definitely gonna delve into what the original Call of Cthulhu did as well.
I just want to say that I was disappointed that you didn't get to see the big Cthulhu monster in any of those trailers. I've seen 2 trailers.
Yeah, but the point of like
the big squishy octopus man thing.
The point of Cthulhu is that you never really.
I know.
It's an unseen horror. You shouldn't really.
Part of me just wants to see it and go, oh, Cthulhu, and then just once, I'll be happy. We're done. Then yeah.
Yeah, well, those are the titles I really were intrigued in, but overall, most of them came from Microsoft, and there was very little from the rest of the conferences that really got me hyped, but there we go.
Yeah, again, I think just a lot of it was like reconfirmations and new trailers for games that had already been announced in previous years. For a few that I can pull off the top of my head without consulting the website that I've managed to pull up here. Obviously Detroit Become Human. I've been looking forward to that for a long time. That got a new trailer. As far as I'm aware, that's possibly the last character trailer that we're going to get, because they confirmed that there were 3 main playable characters and we've seen them all now, which is Connor, Kara and Marcus, and I'm really looking forward to that. There was one concern I had, and I did originally put it in the video that I just put up the other day, but I had to cut it because the audio went a bit weird, because there was some weird skipping thing on Audacity that day, and I'm really hoping it's not going to do it for this podcast as well. But yeah, the one thing I just hope doesn't happen is becomes more about a cinematic experience than a game. I don't mind having a story-based game, but I don't want to just be there and just like clicking a button every so often.
His games have become increasingly that though.
Yeah, and that's the thing I'm worried about. I just hope that they've got enough of a mix where, you know, you feel like you're actually playing as well as, you know, the cinematic side of it. So you got like a good 50-50 balance. But other than that, I'm still really looking forward to it. So, and even if it does get to the point where it is still going to be that, I'll probably still get it anyway. So that's just me. But yeah, no, like you said, Metro, I'm really looking forward to that. I do have the first 2 Metro games on my Xbox One. Still haven't played them yet. I just got them really cheap in a sale on Xbox and then never touched them. I actually did re-download them though to make sure I give them a go. So I'm trying to think what else there was. Come on, brain, don't fail me now.
There was Assassin's Creed. That looked...
Assassin's Creed. Considering I'm not really a fan of the series, that looked kind of cool, gotta be honest. I don't know if it's enough to me to actually play it, but we'll see.
I'll be one of these games I probably will leave.
Stranger things have happened.
And then there was Life is Strange. Do I call it Season 2? I
still haven't played the original.
You need to finish it, yeah. It's more focused on Chloe, which I think...
what happens.
Yeah, it's more focused on Chloe's character, which kind of puts me off because I'm not a big fan of her character, which is probably... I know people love her. I don't particularly like her. What else? Oh, Minecraft 4K got announced
now, I don't care the fact that it's 4K because it's Minecraft, so, you know. But
they're bringing like the high resolution mods.
I do like the fact that they're bringing the high resolution mods and stuff to the console part of it, which is cool because I like Minecraft, don't get me wrong, but I have the same problem that you have. Whereas it's a game you can literally play for like an hour. Well,
yeah,
for
I
us,
get really bored.
For us anyway. I know a lot of people make, you know, very good content out of Minecraft, but
that's because we end up devolving. We like start making something and then it devolves into like somebody like sabotaging the other person, or someone falls into a hole. And normally
no. I'm the hole. The hole.
Hole. You might want to edit that.
The hole faller. It was just what I was going to say. I'm normally the one that does that.
So it's interesting to see that they're kind of and it's all like free, isn't it? It's all going to be like free for people who buy it, which is great. So it's nice that they're keeping that community because Minecraft probably does a lot of money in for Microsoft. So it's nice that they're still kind of keeping up with that.
And also they announced cross-platform play with all but one. One particular console, which was, funny enough, PlayStation. But like Switch, PC, mobile and Xbox could all play together. So, which is very cool. So,
come on, Sony.
There's been a whole thing about that since as well. But
I know, it's just like, it's clearly the tech is there, and the only people that are kind of against it is literally Sony. So come on, so just do it, just do it.
Pull your finger out, Sony. Come on.
But I think I don't know about you. That was literally it for.
Yeah, there was another one which I was surprised about. I knew it was probably going to happen eventually, but it surprised me that it came to Xbox rather than PlayStation. Was Battlegrounds. Which is something I've been umming and ahhing about getting on PC anyway. But for most people who know, I have a pretty decent PC. I've got a PS4 Pro, I've got an Xbox One S, and most of the time, most of the stuff I play is on Xbox One. Every so often I'll play the PS4 Pro. I rarely play games on my PC, very rare in fact. But yeah, like a few games recently have kind of put into my mind, like, okay, maybe I should start playing PC games a bit more often. But then and I was probably about a week away from like just buying it on PC anyway, but they went, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds coming to Xbox. I was like, all right, I'll buy an Xbox when it comes out then. Fine by me. So that's just the lazy console gamer in me. It's like, yeah, cool, fine by me. Prefer controller to mouse and keyboard, purely because I've got a dodgy wrist from 2 breaks in the past, and I can't play mouse and keyboard for more than about 2 hours without complaining that my wrist hurts. So, yeah. I
think that the biggest surprise for us when we were watching the Microsoft conference, because it was a long one, and they kept announcing it's like
2 hours.
World exclusive, like every like 3 minutes, wasn't it? Like
I came to like that guy.
World exclusive.
It was either world exclusive, Xbox exclusive, or world premiere. I liked him. He was cool.
But I think one of the coolest things that Microsoft did is, obviously they've announced Xbox One X, which is now Scorpio. You know, that's the same thing. Yeah. But they announced backwards compatibility for all the way up to even Xbox original games, which is amazing considering.
There's only one game I want, Xbox original though, and I said it so many times when they said it as well, which is the original Half-Life.
Yeah,
because that was on the original Xbox. I remember playing it.
It's amazing that they've kind of opened up the back catalogue, which is great, and to see all these kind of titles are going to get upgraded graphics, and Xbox One titles, including Final Fantasy 15, is getting upgraded graphics for 4K. Which makes me super excited because I'm waiting to do a second playthrough of that. I'll wait till the end of the year now. And you'll be able to play all your Xbox One games on the X as well. So it's really been done well, in my opinion, for a console exclusive. Yeah. And what was it, $4.99?
$4.99 in the US. It's $449 in the UK. So
which is actually less than I thought it was going to be. So yeah.
And plus we'll be trading in our Xbox One S's anyway. So it'll probably be a bit less.
I still have the original Xbox One, so I might trade that in.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you're going to upgrade your mum's one because she's got.
Yeah, I'll give her my S, and then I'll take the old.
Everyone gets an upgrade in Rima's household.
Yes.
So, but yeah, no, I just want to go back to the point that you mentioned at the beginning, which was it sounds like I was saying that for so long ago, but it was a mere 17 minutes. But the way they could have done it, compared to the way Xbox actually did their conference in the end, was very cool. Because I thought, like you said, they were just going to smatter Xbox One X all over it, and just announce a few games here and there. No, instead they said, okay, here's the final specs for the console. Here's what the console looks like in like a 1.5-minute trailer, and then it went straight into the games. They came back to the console about an hour later, and then did a bit more again on that, and then the rest of it was games. And I think the whole total amount of time for showing off the console and stuff in the actual presentation itself totaled all of about 10 minutes. And considering that went on for nearly 2 hours, that was fairly impressive. I really like that. So
I don't know whether that shows that Microsoft's really confident in the console itself, or they're more confident in the fact that they've managed to gather these games to come onto the new console. But when you think about when the Xbox One was first announced, the first one, and that first disastrous conference, where it was like, oh, you can watch sports on this and blah blah blah, and then they didn't really talk about the games and what that kind of console could do. This one was a complete shift.
Well, that was before Phil Spencer, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. Do you think that he's maybe had such a good influence on it that he's now completely focused?
Well, he admitted he did an interview with GameSpot after all the main conferences were over, and he was saying that pretty much any console that comes out from this point is a loss for any company that releases them anyway. And it's not the hardware that makes the profit for the company, it's actually the games. So, and he was like, yeah, we do need to sort out our, exclusive scenario, because yes, we've got a good handful of exclusives, but it's only a handful. So, and he was like, yeah, we do need to sort that out, because the games, and especially the exclusive ones, it's what makes the money for the companies. So
I feel like from the conference itself, Sony had a lockdown on like your big, what you can call AAA titles, you know, with God of War, Uncharted, Destiny's getting, you know, Destiny and Call of Duty have a timed exclusive, all that kind of games, they're coming to Sony first, or they're coming to Sony exclusively. But Microsoft seems to be more targeting the audience of more nostalgia, backwards compatible, but also things like games that you probably wouldn't see getting funded unless they were exclusive with one of the companies. Things like Artful Escape and The Last Night. They're like indie games. They're beautiful. Oh, we forgot about Ori as well. That really made me cry.
yeah. Well, I've played a little bit of the first one. I have the first one, the Game of the Year edition. I really like it. It's a beautiful game. But I've not played the whole thing yet. But also, like, the very beginning of that game is the first game is sad. So yeah, but I will play that at some point, because I do really want to play Will of the Wisps, it's called. It was so cute, and it was so sad, and it kind of actually made me tear up a wee bit. But it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And if that's what the One can do, the One X can do, definitely excited to have a go at all these games that are more art focused than, I know some people have a complaint about this, more art focused than gameplay focused. I'd love to see beautiful stuff, so that'll be fun. And I think I'm going to ask, maybe we can wind this down, because I have a cat nipping at my feet at the moment. Damn fudge. I don't think there's anything else really that...
I guess we can talk about the fact that we did get to see... Is it right to say that we saw a lot more of Anthem than I thought we were going to see? Coming up to nearly 7 minutes was the gameplay reveal, plus we got the teaser at EA Plays as well.
Yeah.
So they've shown a lot of gameplay. So BioWare's coming out pretty confident with that one. And I was saying to you that, thinking about it now, when we first heard about Mass Effect Andromeda, we didn't see gameplay for a long time. And we're talking a couple of years. Whereas Anthem, they're like, the first announcement we've ever had of Anthem has had gameplay attached to it. So it makes me feel a little bit more confident. But obviously BioWare have a lot to prove with this title now. It's high stakes for them. So
yeah,
I'm sure we'll see a lot to come in the next few months from them, coming up to the end of the year. And then it's announced for fall next year, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Also with that as well, it was interesting, and we haven't done like a news update on it or anything, because it's only one bit of news in itself. But Drew Karpyshyn, who is one of the main writers for Mass Effect 1 and 2, is also working on Anthem as well.
Yes, and that's great news, because he's a fantastic writer. Also, we will be getting a beta as well, which we found out from Instagram.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We'll put this on the news.
Yeah, Rima sent me a screen grab of that, so we'll pop it in there. But yeah, look, Rima follows Anthem randomly on Instagram. I don't have Instagram, so I didn't see this. But...
I think I'm like one of like 70 people or something. It's not many.
But like, I remember we were just finishing up a Skype call, and you just said, I've got a message from Anthem. And then you couldn't find out how to see the message, and I just laughed,
I'm very
it
new
was
to
hilarious.
Instagram.
And then you got it's just like, oh, thanks for following Anthem the game, and something like that. And then it said, look forward to our beta coming soon. And we were like...
It's like in the coming months, is that the way it said.
Oh, right, in the coming months. Okay. Beta on the way for Anthem. So.
Well, funnily enough, I've had like 3 or 4 more of those duplicate messages, one every day since. So
they really want you to play the beta then.
Really. It's because I think every time I like one of their pictures, they send me the message. So...
see?
I think it's automated. I think there's a glitch there, but it's still... Yeah, so there's a beta coming in the next couple of months. Probably most likely, I would say by fall, we probably might have a beta to play.
Potentially.
So that probably shows you what kind of readiness. The game's probably in beta at this moment, waiting for people to play it. So that is exciting.
Well,
and that's it.
We'll have to wait and see. I think we can kind of leave it with a question of basically, what did you guys think of E3, and what were your favourite announcements of E3? I did try and tease people with the Twitter on this, but nobody really bit on it too much. But yeah, let us know what you think, and let us know what your favourite announcements were. And in the meantime, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so thank you very much for listening and for watching. As always, you can subscribe to the channel to keep up to date on all things gaming, and you can help the channel to grow by sharing the video too. Thanks for listening. We'll see you all again very soon.